Hi, it's Karen, the Weekend Craftaholic, and today I'm going to give you a very quick overview of me catching up on the last 3 months of Project Life. Now, it's been ages since I've posted a Project Life video, and as you can see, it's absolutely ages since I've even done Project Life. Now, I do normally only do monthly spreads, I don't normally do weekly ones, and that's mainly because I just don't take enough photos. I don't actually have enough storage space as well. The albums get huge, so by only doing one spread a month, I'm able to contain 2 years in one album. That makes sense. I don't restrict myself though. If I've taken lots of photos or there's been a special event or been on holiday, I'll make the layouts as big as I need to for that particular month. So obviously things like Christmas or birthdays or holidays tend to be a little bit bigger. So you can see here I've started off with May, and what I normally do is pull my photos together just to get a sense of which actual design of the plastic sleeve I need. So this one, for example, had a lot of portrait photos, so I felt it was better to use this particular design. And as you could see at the start, I keep all of my extra sheets just on a little one of those book clips or binder clips, and I have those hung up at the side of my desk, which is just out of the way. You'll see here as well that I generally go with a bit of a theme. So the actual card that I'm using for the month was actually a very cheap calendar that I got on sale in Kmart for $2. I love the gold foil effect, all the geometry on this as well. So I thought, although it was no good for the calendar, I thought it would be great just to use those as actual Project Life cards, and then that way, regardless of which design I use, I can cut it down to size. I always like to include a bit of journaling, so even if I've not got a lot of photos, and you can see here back in May there certainly wasn't very many, I've got my journaling, and that's the main thing. So I do keep a gratitude journal every day, and if I get so far behind as I am here, I flick through that just to give me some ideas of other stuff that I can put on. So even if I've not got a photo reflecting the memory of something, I can go back through my diary, if you like, my journal, to remember what I did during that time. Now you'll see here I'm just embellishing it with random things from my stash. This is just sticker book. I don't normally use collections of papers for my Project Life. I do like to just use whatever is in my stash, so I don't worry too much about having a particular theme. Now I must apologise for my croaky voice. I have been very ill this week and hoping to recover very soon, but I didn't want to put off uploading any videos, so please bear with me and I'll try not to be too croaky for you. So that was May done, and you can see that took about 3 minutes on fast forward. In reality, it probably took me an hour to do the 3 months of catch up. That doesn't include my prep time, so what I generally do with my photos is go back through my iPhone, look at the ones I took during that month, and then I upload them through to the Harvey Norman Photo Centre, which we have here in Australia. I normally do those during the week and then collect the photos on the weekend. And then, as I say, I start my layout really looking through and deciding, based on the actual size of the photo, which design I need to use. So you can see I had a lot more photos for June, and whilst I don't tend to keep to a particular kit as such, I do like to keep to a particular theme on that layout. So I'm using just this particular pack here because I want to continue that gold foil theme, if I can say that, gold foil theme, from the title card or the month card as well. So you can see lots of pictures here of Fudge, our little pooch. He probably gets more photos taken of him than the rest of us put together, so he's always a good source of photos. In fact, when I look back through my phone, they're all of our little dog, which isn't a bad thing. It's the only time I can get my kids to allow me to take a photo of them, to be honest, sometimes. So you'll see here what I'm doing as well, where I've got some pictures that don't actually fill the side of the layout, I'm just using some scraps of photo as well just to back them. And now that I've got my photos in place, I've got all my filler cards or photographs backed and each of the pocket filled. That's when I decide to just lift out and see what I can embellish with. Now, the other thing I must apologise for is the lack of continuity in this spread. As I said, it took me about an hour to do, and I did reach up to pause my recording at certain times as I was starting a new month, and it was only at that time I realised that it had stopped recording anyway because my phone was out of storage. So I'm having that problem now where if I try to record more than say 20 minutes at a time, my phone just dies on me. It says there's not enough storage. So I'm desperately looking to upgrade and actually get a proper camera for the purposes of recording YouTube. But I've tried my best to just carry on. I don't think you can notice it too much. I have included a photograph at the end so you can see the finished layouts as well, just in case you do miss the end of that. Now, if I've not got a lot of space on a layout, so you can see here I've got quite a lot of photos I wanted to include. What I'm loving is these little tiny labels or tags just to add that bit of journaling, because I know when I come back to look at this at the end of the year or whenever we review these later on, if I don't put a little note about the photo, I'm likely to forget. So a great way of just squeezing in a little bit of notes is just to have these little tags at the end as well. And then now we're up to our last month, which is July. So you can see, very strange, I've got a picture of a giant pizza from Domino's. I am actually celiac, so having to be able to get a gluten-free pizza takeaway is amazing, and this one was particularly good, so I did have to capture it. I guess also in the back of my mind at this time was the fact that I knew I was overdue on my project life, and I needed to start taking some pictures of just some everyday events as well. I've also got some pictures here just of some hotel keys because it was my wedding anniversary, 22-year wedding anniversary, and that's also what the photos relate to as well, and celebrating that occasion. So I've got to say, I think I will actually start holding back on Project Life each month and actually do it over a 3 or 4 month period. I actually enjoyed the process doing month after month after month, all in one go, rather than just getting everything out just for the sake of doing one layout. I guess for the guys out there that do it weekly, you probably maybe do 4 weeks worth at the end of each month, but this is the first time I've really had to catch up on quite a few months, so I think going forward I will do that a little bit more often, and then I'm in that mindset to spend that particular afternoon where I'm crafting and just focusing on the memories, the journaling, and just using stuff from my stash to make a layout with the photos that I've collected that month. Now you can see here I'm using the rest of the scraps from that calendar sheet where I had the title card July, and using that as well for my journaling. So there's no point using a new project card if I've got some scraps that I could use as well. So always think about your scraps. And that is more or less my layout done. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you've got any comments about this video, please leave them below. I'd love to see them. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. That way YouTube knows to recommend similar ones for you. And finally, if you'd like to see more from me, and I hope so, please subscribe by clicking the link below. I post new content every weekend.